yeah, what's your name?
I'm Shandi.
I'm Jordan.
Jordan, nice to
Yes.
meet
Are
you.
you from Austin?
I bet pretty much now. I've been here since '05.
Oh,
So,
yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I moved here in 2014.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where'd you move from?
Fort Worth.
Okay. You just went a little
Just a little down,
bit
yeah.
down.
I came here for college, and then I just stayed ever since.
You
I
went
just
to
didn't
UT?
leave. I actually went to HT.
What is that?
Houston Tillerson University.
Oh,
It's a historical black college over on
awesome. Yeah. I've heard of
7th
it.
and Chicon. Yeah, I went there, and yeah, I just stayed here ever since. I never went back.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't know.
Do you like how it's changed?
Yeah, I do. I know a lot of other people don't, but I actually do. I mean, I was just telling my mom the last time we were out here looking at the skyline, I was like, when I first got out here in 2014, the skyline did not look like how it looks now.
Yeah.
Like, majority of these buildings were built like in the last like 10 years. So, it's a lot of big companies moving here. Tesla, you got Samsung, you got Dell. You got all different types of stuff. Apple's here too. They got
Yeah.
a portion of Apple. Like, it's a lot of stuff here. And yeah, I mean, I'm vibing with it. I like it. A lot of more coffee shops, a lot of more wellness centers and yoga and meditation. That's what I really like.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. I love how it's changed.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Austin's my longest relationship because I've been here since I was 19.
Yeah.
And then I'm 41 now. And
Okay.
so it's like, I also love how much more diverse it is.
Yeah.
And so I was like, you go visit other cities and you're like, wow, there's so many other like races and culture and everything. And then you come to
Exactly.
Austin and you're like, it's a little flat.
Nah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so I love that. Like, and I also love seeing like all the growth, and I love that Austin's finding its identity and becoming that kind of like wellness. And you know, one of the things that people say is like back in the day, so I don't drink, and in the last 6 years, and people are like, Austin's not, it was a party city, and now it's not. Now it's a wellness city.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what a time to be alive here. Like, when you choose to have like a non-alcohol life, and because it's like, there's so many options here,
Yeah.
where a lot of places don't have that.
What made you choose to quit alcohol? Because I quit alcohol for Labor Day weekend would be 1 year. I ain't drink since Labor Day of last year.
Wow.
So-
And you just keep going?
I just keep going. I think I'm at the point where I'm never gonna drink again. Well, it really started from like a physical. Like, I was running. I used to be fat. Like, I used to be like almost like 315.
Wow.
So I lost like over 100. It's like almost 120 pounds.
Wow.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
not easy.
I know it was hard, but when I was going through my transition, I was like, bro, you got to stop drinking if you're really trying to shed this weight, you know what I'm saying? And then it turned into more of a spiritual thing, and me just like really just not drinking at all, just because it's not really good for your mental. And yeah, it just went from there. And then I just got to the point to where now I don't even think about it. Like, I can go out and I can see people drink and I can be just fine. It don't even faze me. Like, that's
Yeah.
how far off I am from it. But what made you make that decision?
Well, I love that for you too, because it's also like when you start to realize you have all these experiences that you used to have with alcohol, and then you don't anymore, and you're
Yep.
like, oh, I actually didn't need it.
Yep.
And what you think is reducing your anxiety is actually making it worse.
Exactly.
It's like a vicious cycle. So for me, alcohol became my therapist, my coping mechanism, my way to relax. It was my solution for problems where I didn't know what I needed. And so I had something pretty traumatic happen to me in my life. I was brutally raped when I was 7.
Oh my God,
And
I'm
I didn't
so
deal
sorry.
with that. I didn't deal with that till later in my 30s. I was like top of my game doing hair and all that. And I would just work all day and then come home and have all this anxiety, and I didn't
Yeah.
know what to do. I was also terrified to sleep because it started like coming up. So I just spent a month in Europe. Like, I
Okay.
worked really hard and I took a month off and was sent in Europe. And there you drink with every meal all day, every day.
Yeah.
When you're doing a month-long vacation, you
Yeah.
build habits.
Exactly.
So when I came back and I started having this anxiety of like memories coming up, because you can only push them down for so long, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having anxiety. And I was like, oh, I should have a glass of wine. And that then turned to a bottle of wine every night.
Yeah.
And it was like wash and repeat. And I for almost like 4 years.
Yeah.
So from age like 30 to like I got sober at 34. And and I just started isolating a lot and really lost my sparkle,
Yeah.
and I felt really alone.
Yeah.
And then finally, I had this woman come into my salon, and she was this beautiful, crazy fit, tatted up, like super successful PhD therapist, right?
Mm.
A baddie. And she had a necklace on, and I said, "Oh, I love your necklace." She goes, "Thanks, it's my sobriety date." And I was like, "Wait, you are sober? You mean like, you're not living under a bridge?"
Yeah.
And I was like, and it removed a lot of the shame
Yeah.
because I thought being a business owner or any of that, like I had so much shame around my solution
Yeah.
and I didn't know what else to do, because you can go build an amazing company, but when you feel like you can't do this one thing.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing this video of Elton John on Oprah, and he was like, I've sold millions of records, I've sold out arenas. And he goes, why can't I do this one thing?
Yeah.
And it's really about the surrender and surrendering to something bigger than you and asking for help. And I asked for help, and I got into recovery, and I'm celebrate 6 years next week.
Yeah.
And I started intense trauma therapy every week, twice a week for a year. And now I actually work with women as like a mentor and a friend for women who've been sex trafficked.
Yes.
And we're hoping to hire women who got out of sex trafficking in my company that's called FREEWELL, which is like a hair and body care line for busy
Oh, we
active
gonna
people.
tag that. Yeah, we gonna
I
tag that
gotta
in.
get you. I gotta get
Yeah.
you some. It's for
Yeah.
everybody. It's so
Okay.
great. Yeah, it's good for
Yes.
beards. Do you sauna?
I do
So
sauna.
you put it in your hair and your beard before you sauna.
Okay.
Yeah, and it helps
Okay.
protect your skin and your hair and all that good stuff.
Yes, I would love that.
Yeah, I'll get you some.
Yes, that's actually great. Like, that's actually great. Like, the fact that you were able to go through the process and go to the therapy and do all that, like, I know that took a lot of strength. Um, so it really hit you once you met the therapist, right? When she came into your salon, or was it hitting you before then?
You know, I feel like I was so desperate for help, but my shame was outweighing my help.
See?
So like the
And
way
then
I just,
shame turned to guilt.
well, mine, I don't know if mine was guilt, but what it was for me, I had a lot of anger, a
Okay.
lot of anger. I had anger at people because of what happened to me.
Yeah.
The guy who did that to me is actually like spending life in prison now,
Okay.
because when I was 17, he raped and killed and burned in a car another 17-year-old
Oh
girl.
my
So
God.
he got caught doing that. And so I think that like anybody who's like a survivor, like you have like this classic story of the superhero who has a vengeance,
Yep.
right? And the anger, and they either turn into the villain or they turn into Batman.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I'm glad I chose the Batman route, but I sat in a lot of self-pity. I sat in a lot of victim mindset. I was blaming everybody else in my life. And when I finally like waved my white flag and admitted that I needed help, which was probably the most badass thing I've ever done in my life, was just ask for help.
Yeah.
And it was seeing somebody else who did not carry that shame in their recovery was the part for me that I think helped change my life.
See, it's funny that you mention that is because I'm dropping a series on YouTube called Stepping into Your Divine Consciousness. And part three, which I just dropped last week, we were talking about reprogramming the subconscious mind or changing your paradigm. And what you're talking about is one of the exact things that I was trying to explain is that we have thoughts in our subconscious mind that came from traumas and emotional impacted experiences that we went through back when we were younger, And some could be in teens and even in your 20s when you go through a bad breakup or something like that. It's still an emotional impact and experiences. But those things get, when those things happen, your brain goes through something called fragmentation. And fragmentation is basically where you have all these different feelings from stomach pain to maybe heart beating fast, maybe the feeling of embarrassment, the feeling of shame. All these things get recorded in your mind and they're not necessarily connected. And so you start developing protective parts, which now your basically protective parts is you adopting these sub personalities that are not really you, but you're really protecting your emotions and your feelings, and then all of that shapes your perception, it shapes your beliefs or how people perceives you or what you believe. And when you address those traumas and you address those emotional impacted experiences you had, and you actually go through the process of accepting, first being aware, accepting, observing, then getting the help that you need, whether
Yeah.
that's meditating or talking to somebody or like you know the therapist route.
Yeah.
And then you start the release process. And once you start the release process, that's when you can start reprogramming your those negative thoughts that's in the back of your mind that stops you from being the person that you really want to be in life.
You freaking nailed it. I like how you have all this technical talk, but I'm just more like, yo, listen.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because I thought that that was going to happen all in a year.
No, it takes a long, matter of fact, I tell people
I'm on year 6, and now like the magic's happening, where like the real me's coming out, the
exactly.
badass, like the one who's like, like really stepping into it. And you described all of it,
Yeah.
and like 2 years ago, it was like the hardest part of all of it, you
Yeah.
know.
See? But I tell people all the time, I was like, you go through this process, it's an uphill battle, right? But the uphill never, you're never going to be completely 100% flat. But what's going to happen is that incline going to go down, 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 and it's just going to get more easier and easier and easier over time.
But you know what though? You got the thighs that are strong enough because you were uphill for a really long time, right? So you
Yeah.
have like that muscle memory
Man,
of knowing that you've been
exactly.
through hard things. I think
Ooh, that's a good
David
point.
Goggins calls it the cookie jar.
Yep.
Have you read his book? Like he,
I haven't read David Goggins' books. I watch all his videos
yeah,
though, for sure.
listen, motherfucker.
He actually helped me a lot, but I need to read his books. But keep going. I'm
He
sorry.
just talks about like you build this cookie jar, right, where you've been through hard things in your life, and so whenever you are faced with something in your life, you remember who you are.
Yep.
I'm actually about to get a tattoo. I was actually like texting my tattoo artist on like right before I pulled up here, and I was like, I'm ready for this. All my tattoos are chapter definers in my life,
Yep.
and this one's gonna be a sword that goes down my back, and it's gonna have a word that essentially stands for remember who you are,
Yeah.
because I can easily forget that I've done really hard things.
Yeah.
I can forget, and when I remember that it's not outside myself, and I can do hard things. So it's just my reminder, and I just think about, all right, bring out your sword and do that. But when you were talking about that process, a really good analogy that someone gave me one time, it's like, do you ever box or have you tried boxing? Okay. So imagine like when you have trauma in your life and you haven't addressed it, and you actually, when you said first you have to become aware, it's crazy how long you will be unaware, right?
Exactly.
And I don't know how to get people from awareness to that part, but when you're not aware, you're in a boxing ring and the lights are off. But you have an opponent in there, but you can't see them. You don't know where they are.
Yep.
You don't know what they look like. And you're just constantly in fight or flight mode. And because you don't know where this thing is, right? And you're exhausted. And you're just not living at full capacity.
Yep.
And so a lot of people are really afraid to face their trauma because it feels like you're going to die.
Yep.
It literally is terrifying, especially if you've had violence or anything like that. I've noticed that with working with women who've been trafficked, is like, it is like terrifying to think that you can turn on the light and see who your opponent is.
Yep.
But when you do, and you turn on that light, as you say, like you're kind of like facing it, making it aware, and you realize like, oh, that's who I'm fighting.
Yep.
Like, you're not as scary as I thought you were.
Yep.
And bringing it to light is, you start to realize that it's all memories. It's not actually happening right now. Someone said it's like in a scary movie. They're never going to show you the monster right away, because if you saw it right away, you wouldn't be as scared of it. You don't see
Exactly.
the monster like cooking eggs for breakfast. You know,
Yeah.
you only see them in their glory when they're hurting you. And so even though you can see your opponent now, you now know what you're up against,
Yep.
and you can start fighting that. And then that is the best part, is being able to see that. And so the modality that I used was EMDR, which was really, really helpful for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
You, like you said, aware. You gotta like see who you're up against, then you gotta go up against them,
Yep.
and then you're learning to lead yourself versus like your trauma leading you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the key. My next part 4, I'm probably gonna drop it this week. It's gonna be about really teaching people how to get out of survivor mode, which that kind of goes hand in hand with reprogramming the subconscious mind or changing your paradigm. But getting out of survival mode really addresses your mind in the present, changing your perception and beliefs in the present instead of addressing traumas or emotional impacted experiences. You're getting out of survival mode by changing your negative thinking throughout the day, or like you said earlier, getting out of flight or fight mode and relaxing your nervous system. And I kind of talk, I'm really big on meditation.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing. I'm actually in the process of getting my meditation training
Way to
certification. But once I
go.
get it, I'm not going to immediately start teaching meditation. I'm going to actually go to Vietnam for like 2 months. And then
Awesome.
while I'm in Vietnam, I'm going to fly over to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I'm going to try to get certified at their yoga school in Reiki. I think that's how you say it.
Uh,
Reiki?
Reiki.
Reiki meditation, yes.
We could be saying it wrong. I don't know. Like,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna get certified over there and actually maybe have a chance to actually meditate with some actual monks out in Chiang Mai. And then once I come back from that, 2027, you might see a little posted of me doing a
Oh, you got
meditation.
the good voice for it.
Yeah.
Walk me through meditation. I'll be
Yeah.
like, it's like soothing, you
Yep,
know. I love
yep.
this for you.
Yeah, like I really went through I did a 180.
Yep.
If you know the old me,
I can't wait to see your story and see everything.
yeah,
That's really, really cool. Well, you're gonna do it. When are
yes.
you gonna be in Vietnam?
From November 11th through
Of this year?
of this year. I'm leaving. This is my second time going back to Asia.
Oh
Last year I
wow.
went for a month and a half, but I went to South Korea and I went to, I did go to Thailand. I went to Pattaya and Phuket, or Pattaya and Phuket,
Yeah.
and then I went to the Philippines for a little bit. Then I came back. But this time I'm going to Thailand to Chiang Mai, and then I'm going to be in Vietnam majority of the time. And but yeah,
That's
November
cool.
11th through January something. I got to go back
I
and
might need to
look.
pick your brain, because I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine, and she's very much into the same kind of stuff. And we were talking about going to Vietnam and Cambodia at some point.
Yes,
So and maybe we can hook up with you there and
yes,
meet
for
up
real.
and see some stuff. Like she's really into that. So I'll look at your social media
Yes, for
and
sure,
see.
for real. Like
Yeah.
hit me, cause I'm definitely that's like I'm already visioning myself doing this. So like I know it's gonna come into fruition.
You don't have to visualize it. You are doing it.
Yeah, you're right.
You are doing
You're
it.
right. You're right.
And that the part that's so crazy is like, even like running my company for so many years, I just keep thinking, oh, then I'm gonna start. And I'm like, girl,
Yep.
you've been starting. Like, you're
Yep.
doing it. It's so crazy how you can change your mindset. And, you know, it's really great to live in like this new pattern thing. Something that you might actually really like is just yesterday, I went to this thing called Mercury Human Performance, and it's ran by Navy SEALs.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
it's shooting, but it's you're learning how to function in high stress situations and how to
Okay.
keep your peripheral. And the guy who runs it is like that owns it. It's like a 25-year SEAL veteran, but
Okay.
he's really into meditation and like breath work and stuff like that. And I left there changed. Like, it's not real guns. It's real guns, but it's air guns.
Yeah.
But they're like, you have to relax your breath before you do it, and it is like there's meditation. Oops. He thinks he's a pit bull. Like someone needs to tell him.
That's
um,
funny.
but what it did is like it's like meditation isn't sometimes just sitting, it's becoming meditative, doing things, and that's how I feel like I get the best benefit, like from jujitsu or boxing or things where you have to stay clear and focused while doing something stressful,
Yeah,
and it's like stress tonight. So this place is super cool.
yeah.
I bet you'd love it.
I need to see.
But
I
it's
need to
air
go.
guns. It's like all dark room and it screens around you like,
Please
and
send me that.
I
Yeah,
will.
yeah,
Yeah. I just did it yesterday and I'm like, I'm joining.
yeah,
Like it was really cool. Then you also feel like a badass. So
yeah.
yeah.
That's actually dope. I'm gonna say this too because I know you're probably gonna get going, but
Yeah.
meditation. People don't know that breath work and breathing is the bridge to spirituality, and I'm gonna break that down. Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Breathing is the bridge to spirituality. The only reason why I say that is because you have what do you call it? You have voluntary movements, and then you have involuntary movements. What I mean is like I choose to wave my hand. You know, I choose to get up and walk. I choose to breathe. I choose to do all these different things. But the things you can't control is like you can't control your heartbeat. You can't control your blood pressure. You can't control your you can't control your thoughts, but you can't control your thoughts if you can't control your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's some things that you really just can't control with your body, but breathing is the thing that you have the ability to not only forget about. Like if you're not aware of it, you don't realize you're breathing, but you can also be conscious and realize you're breathing, and then you can hold your breath, right? And with you doing that, that allows you to control the things that you can't control, like your heartbeat or the pressure of your blood, because the slower you breathe, the lower your heart rate gets, which is the lower your blood pressure gets. And if you hold your breath long enough, you can also kill yourself. So, but that's how I kind of, it's deeper to that. I just did like a little brief overview, but
Yeah.
I kind of explained in deeper detail how breath work and breathing is the bridge to spirituality, and how if you just focus on your breathing and meditate, like you can bring a different side. You slow your brain down and slow your thoughts down, and you can actually be aware. You know what I'm saying? And actually have the ability to start the actual process of getting self-aware and gaining higher consciousness of yourself. That's how I really see it.
I'm sold. Sign me up.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't there yet. Give me like 6, 7 more months, and then I'll be there.
You're there. You're there.
Yeah,
You're there.
yeah,
Just believe it. You're way more. I understand that you want to build this like credibility, but don't forget that you have a gift that was naturally given to you. That was given to you,
yeah,
and I can already see it.
yeah.
You have a gift.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot for real.
There's a phrase that I heard is God doesn't call the qualified.
Yeah,
He qualifies the called.
yep, yep.
So
That's real.
you're already qualified.
That's real. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Thank you. Please tell me the your foundation and the company you run, so I can tag that,
Yeah.
and
So my
your salon too. You get
Yeah.
some customers there. You kind of
You know,
support. I'm not like viral on Instagram, but like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't checked. Let me check.
Yeah, so my company is called FREEWELL, and our Instagram is Live FREEWELL. The organization that we work with to help women who've been sex trafficked is called Magdalene House. It's a home here in Austin. And then I do hair. You can just actually contact me on the FREEWELL Instagram, and then I'll give you all the information for that. But this was lovely.
Yep.
Yup.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
No.
I'll give you a hug. This was
Yes.
awesome.
Thank you. I
Well, keep
appreciate
doing
you
what
for
you're doing.
stopping and giving me
Yeah.
the beautiful content.
I can't wait to see it. Do you have it on YouTube too?